All right, we are on follow. What's going on? This Coach Markus Pro Fan Talk. We got the drone going, so we're just gonna take a little walk and talk. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about first is the Eagles. Now, everybody right now, everybody's coming out with their lists, all of that type of stuff. They coming out with all of these different things, and we ain't even had practice yet. We haven't done anything. We haven't really they do this every year. I talk about this every year. Everybody coming out with a list. So here's my list. And it's real simple. What are the three things the Eagles need to worry about this year? The top three things for me, in my opinion. Um, and we're gonna get into that. As you see me walking up this big ass hill, gonna get my steps in while we have this conversation. And like what do we really need? So the first thing I was thinking of, number one, was Sean Mannion in the offense. That's number one. We don't know what it's gonna look like. We have an idea. We can take a look at some of the things that Green Bay did. Uh, you can get some footage from that. It's just different things. You don't know how he's going to utilize it. We don't know what he's going to do with the tight ends. That's going to be key. How he ends up utilizing the tight ends. But I don't think he's going to have any problems. Like for, and I have no basis of this because I haven't seen him yet. But I think the difference between Sean Mannion and Kevin Patullo is going to be huge. It's going to absolutely huge. So I think Sean Mannion is the real deal. I think he's going to mix things up enough to leave defenses off balance. Defenses are going to have to worry about it because he's going to be pulling a little bit from a lot of different places, and his history and experience and the coaches that he's been under and their influence. They're going to be picking from a lot of different pots, and that's going to benefit us. Obviously, Jalen Hurts under center. We got play action. To me, is going to be important, and this kind of bleeds into the next. My number two, and I was debating whether this should be number one, because in some situations you could say that it's more important, and that's what we're going to get out of Cam Jurgens and the offensive line in general. Because you know my conversation about the offensive line, what we did next year or last year rather, and the end result. And I keep saying it, and I don't feel bad saying it. I think, in my opinion, that if the offensive line would have blocked better last year, just run block, Kevin Patullo probably would have kept his job because we would have ran the ball more effectively. We would not have found ourselves behind the eight ball when it comes to down the distance. So I mean like 3rd and 6, 7 and 8. And what you have to do differently and how teams and defenses can tee off on you when you find yourself in that situation. Yes, we move the sticks a lot, but what you're trying to do is minimize that situation so you don't find yourselves 3rd and long all the time. And it was happening too much. It was happening way too much. So the other thing is Jalen Hurts. We made so much was made about him being under center. And people act like he can't play under center. Sure he can. He might not have done it a lot in the big scheme of things, but in my opinion, that's a prerequisite. That's a prerequisite if he's going to be a quarterback, let alone a quarterback in the NFL. You got to be able to take the ball on the center. And I know a lot of offenses don't do that often, but That's just something that you're gonna have to do at some point in time. Short yardage, all of that type of stuff. So he can get under center. He can do what he has to do. Um, I know what he probably prefers, but I want to see what's going to happen when we use him under center a lot more. Play action is what I'm worried about. Play action, play action goes into the run game. Now we back to Cam Jurgens and the offensive line, right? Cam Jurgens was busted up last year. Cam Jurgens had a slip disc and sciatica. Not fun. So starting out, I'm expecting the Eagles to start out pretty good because the offensive line is going to be healthy when they haven't been healthy before. That's going to be the biggest key. Cam Jurgens getting off that line. We can go back and look at some tape of last year. What Cam Jurgens was doing at the snap of the ball was criminal. He could not get it done. And then we find out it's because his back was jacked up. Now that makes sense. But with everybody healthy, we should see some much better results when it comes to that. I expect Saquon to be able to get through the line and get to the second level way more often than he did last year. Way more often. So by us running the ball a lot better, play action comes into play. Play action lets you freeze the linebackers, and you can do some things. When you freeze the linebackers, that means you're generating some room behind them. So when you freeze the linebackers, if you get one step in the wrong direction, that's 3 yards of space going full speed, going game speed. So when I say freeze the linebackers, I'm talking about just make them pause, hesitate, because we know where we're going. Create that space, create those passing lanes behind them, and you generate room in the middle of the field, on the sides, deep middle, and deep on the sidelines. So there's a rhythm to it, and there's a reason for it. Play action has to work. And if you go back and look at last year, all of them plays we ran from shotgun, I don't mind pistol, because at least pistol lets you pistol does a better job of moving the linebackers than just regular shotgun. And this is what people are looking for, right? This is what people are looking for. And this is an instinctual thing. All linebackers know what I'm talking about. See ball, get ball, right? When Jalen Hurts sticks his hands out and the linebackers see that, linebackers are going to step over because they're trying to follow the ball. And when you take a step back and just do your hands forward like that, and the running back's going in front of you, you're not getting nothing from that. That's not fooling the linebackers. But when you under center and you reverse out and you stick your arms out, or when you take the snap and you go all the way out like this, now the defense sees the ball. So they have more inclination to go after the ball and take a step one way or the other. That's the benefit of play action. But linebackers, the defense, they have to see that ball. They got to see that ball. So if we can do that a little bit more effectively, that's going to help our run game. Now we're talking about the zone reads, right? As a running back, if you have an offensive line that can effectively execute zone reads, man, as a running back, I'm licking my chops. I'm licking my chops because the job of the offensive line in zone reads is you block a zone. Doesn't matter who's there. You block the zone. Whoever comes in your zone, you get them. Now, sometimes is it possible for a defense to flood that zone? Absolutely. That's the chess match of the offenses versus defense. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But if you plan it correctly, with the play action, with the fakes, with the running game, with the passing game, you can mitigate the defense winning on you. But when you zone reading, what you want to do, And this is how I see it. This is how I did it. When you zone read, the quarterback's job is to get you the ball as deep as humanly possible. Get you the ball as deep as humanly possible. So when a quarterback is under center and he takes a snap and he reverses out to like, I guess what it would be like, not 7 o'clock. Let me see, 6, 1, 2, 3, 6. He got to reverse out to like 5 o'clock. So he's coming out here. So a quarterback, this is 3 o'clock over here. So this will be 5 o'clock. This will be 4 o'clock. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 o'clock would be all the way back the other direction. So you're talking about a 5 o'clock step, and he's trying to get the ball to the running back as deep as humanly possible. And all the running backs got to do is get the ball. He shouldn't be looking at the ball. That's what running backs are taught. You do not watch the ball. You do not look for the ball on the handoff. You have your hands up and you are looking at the offensive line, because your job as a running back is to find out where you need to go. And when you zone read, it stretches the defense out a little bit and you pick your hole. Sometimes you might cut it back. Sometimes you might hit it up the gut. Sometimes you might hit it at an angle. Sometimes you might hit it at an angle and then bounce outside. You never know what's going to happen. But what that lets you do is it lets you get the ball at its deepest point, and it lets you be a running back. That's the dope part about it. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's go up. That's the dope part about the zone reads. It lets a running back be a running back. And you ain't got nothing to worry about. And that's what we're going to do. So all of that together, that's number 2. All of that's number 2. And number 3, obviously, what we're going to get out of the new wide receivers. That's number 3. So when that's coming, Dontavian Wicks and that crew, it's all about what we're going to get next. So we'll see what's going to happen, man. I hope you enjoyed the drone footage, man. I'm about to get up out of here, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. Let's go.